much going to be Roadhog.
Well, I was going to say before he picked it, Enigma is probably going to be on the Roadhog, but he has already locked that in. He will be rolling out here with the defense on Roadhog, and I do like that pickoff. I really have been seeing teams run a lot more Roadhog in lieu of McCree, just because Roadhog sort of fills the role that McCree did before, where you get a close range stun plus a quick pickoff as a result. The hook shoot combo is very similar to the old flashbang right click combo. Flashbang right click, of course, is still a thing, but it's not quite as effective as it used to be, particularly in getting confirming kills, because every now and then now a Tracer or a Genji will be able to survive the right click, whereas they will not be able to do so against Roadhog.
Well, it does look like... Yeah, I was going to say defensively, you know, to that point, that the Pharah is going to be in the meta on defense here for LG. So that is Seagull going to be playing that Pharah. Pooks is going to run the Symmetra. They're going to set up a server room defense here. Milo will be Reinhardt, Esper on Mercy, of course. Gods is actually going to play a Soldier 76 and Enigma, as you mentioned, on the Roadhog.
All right, we'll take a look here at the offense coming out from C9. It is going to be Kai on the Winston, Reaver on Pharah. Grego, I feel like these rosters might change up a little bit. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Reaver on the Pharah, Cheer 4 on Genji, Grego on Lucio, Adam on the Mercy, and Debit gonna round things out here on the Reinhardt. So Reinhardt, Winston, Tank core followed up by Reaver on Pharah and Cheer 4 on the Genji. Very sort of new meta comp coming out from C9.
Pharah Mercy are so good, I'm still not convinced that Pharah defense is the way to go. Even as more teams continue to run it, and you are right that that's what they're going for.
It is interesting, especially where they're holding. I'm not sure exactly what the Pharah is going to offer here. I think they're going to try to just get some spam through these doorways and really deny any sort of entry.
That's a C9 right now. They do get to the first checkpoint, but that's something the defense gives up for free. This is where we see LG setting up here in the server room defense, really making C9 bring the fight to them, and it can be tricky going in there. C9 right now really opting to go around the side, not going to the server room just yet, but they have split their team a little bit. Grego right now on the payload without a whole lot of help. Kai getting in there, and now Kai bearing the brunt of the damage almost goes down immediately. As you look at LG, they're very content to stay in the server room and slowly flank onto the payload. Still though, both teams are still full strength. Milo going in, supported by his team in the back. Reaver far in the back now is the offensive fair, looking for pickoffs, but Seagull will get first kill in the game on the Cheer 4, but very back and forth between both teams. The important thing here though, C9 with the res, they're moving the payload away from the server room, and LG now has to respond.
Res on both sides, a huge Earth Shatter comes down, no cleanup after everyone is on the ground. Now Seagull's gonna get his barrage on, and that should take down Grego in the backlines too. That should be the end of this push for Cloud9. They got it pretty far, and now they can actually kind of ignore the server room, so they do change the landscape of the battlefield at the very least.
My ultimate is charging.
And that was really, really close for LG, just the fact that they almost gave that up, but they got in at the right moment. They were able to take out C9.
Yeah, LG has a tendency to play server room and come only at the very last moment to make sure the card doesn't hit the checkpoint. So Cloud9 has Sword, but Poots has Teleporter. And I wonder if Cheer 4 is going to try to find it before he uses it.
Well, C9 right now going through the building, looking for a quick engage. Milo, though, going to take out Cheer 4 immediately. Already 65 in favor of LG. LG really opting to stand a little bit further back. Enigma going deep in. Going to take out Debit here in just a second. Debit has nothing to do against this Roadhog. Although, he's able to delay long enough that Mercy comes in and heals him out. Has 3 extra kills here coming in from C9. C9 working this pretty well. Weaver now gained the back. Will take out Mercy. Looking for more. Gets the double kill on the Pharah. Seagull, though, going to say hello. And here comes the barrage. Will it get value? No, it will not. We're going to take him out, and Seagull just not having enough teammates around him when that barrage came in. God's Enigma again trying to delay this out a little bit, but C9 should be able to cap this point.
Yeah, I'm not really certain about the last 3 things that happened there. The barrage seemed like a prayer that was not going to be answered, and then both Gods and Enigma coming in late means that this defense is not going to be set up at all. And look at the positioning on the offense off of those last 3 kills.
Cheer 4 is going very, very deep in right now. Was able to get the pick on the Seagull, looking for a little bit more. Has the Dragon Blade. I don't expect him to use the Dragon Blade for a little bit, though. The card is so far back that even though it's tempting to go forward and try and chain kills, you're just better off pushing the payload and taking the fight a little bit deeper in the hangar.
Well, I suppose with how slow the card pushes that it's actually fine those last couple kills, because they are still set up here, but not in the perfect position that they want to be. Big initiation coming in from C9.
Yeah, offensive sound barrier comes out to not hit Cheer 4, so Cheer 4 has to be a little bit more careful about his engagement. C9 did go up to top for a moment, has to go back down, but Cheer 4 now getting in the Mercy with the Dragon Blade, trying to get her. She's trying to run away. She will not be able to get out. Esper will get taken out here. Cheer 4 slicing and dicing in the back, looking to take out Roadhog, not getting as much value as you would expect here, as Enigma is managing to stay alive for a little bit. Will Surefour get the kill? He will not. He's going to taste Milo's hammer instead. Milo with the Earth Shatter, knocking out 2 members of C9. And LG, after bending a little bit, able to come back a bit here. Reaver, one of the last people up alive, and he's going to get melted down in the end as LG completes a full hold.
Yeah, LG needed that full hold. They needed a good team fight win, but the cart is pretty close to the checkpoint, so one good team fight win from Cloud9 will get it through. They do have Enigma's ult, and they are set up on the ship, so they do have good positioning coming in.
Yeah, and the cart will roll back, so they can hold this bridge pretty comfortably. This is where we see most teams try to hold. It's really going to be interesting, the angle they try to take. Kaikai's already trying to put some pressure on the rooftops, but he's got to get out of there.
We have Enigma here at the whole hog in the server room. Going to crack Debit's shield and take him out outright. That's a quick pickoff here for LG. That's going to enable them to really exploit the fact that they don't have a shield tank available. Enigma's going to be able to hook anyone he wants to now if LG decides to push forward, but C9 deciding, you know what, we don't need to do that. We're going to back up a little bit right now. Not going to stop Enigma, though, as he pulls in a big one. Reaver going to get taken out. And that's where Roadhog is so deadly when you don't have a Reinhardt shield to hide behind.
Yeah, Adam also dropped out of the sky, so no resurrection there. They're going to have to completely back out. A nice concussion blast actually moves Debit out of the corner. They're going to clean him up, but clean him up late. That's a very bad staggered death.
I am ready to resurrect you.
Now they're not going to have the Reinhardt to be able to safely push in. They're going to be able to be spammed out. I think they're just going to hang out and wait for this Reinhardt to come up before they even try to push through one of these doors. Yeah, that's exactly what they have to do.
Looking at the defense here, the defense does have a lot of ults here in their reserve. They have Barrage from Seagull, they have the Sound Barrier from Pooks. A lot of ways that they can handle this fight is Kaikai now trying to set things up for his team, goes to the top, acting as a distraction, eats a lot of damage as a result. Here comes the Sound Barrier out from the side of LG. They're going to move in and punish this. They get 3 kills to their name, and Seagull perfectly positioned. Will he drop the Barrage? He's hanging on to it, at least for now, looking for a slightly better opportunity. Hovering over Debit, still not dropping it. Defense trying to get position, but here comes Kaikai, going to get pummeled by this Barrage, but Primal Rage is out of it. Enigma still being the heart of this defense. On top of the point, has 2 kills so far, but the Earth Shatter coming in from Debit. And C9 not really going to get the follow-up they want. Somewhat of a scattered team fight between both sides. Not huge follow-up, but LG is going to get the few picks they need to push C9 back.
Pretty late Sound Barrier there. I think the idea was to keep the fight going so that their offense could come in and reinforce. They wouldn't have to make this dry push through these small doors here. But both tanks got cleaned up even with the Sound Barrier, so it was late, and now they don't have that to initiate.
C9 right now starting to stream onto the point near the hangar a little bit. They're a little bit split up. Seagull going in pretty deep. Will take out one toward dying the Surefour, but Enigma again getting in there with the whole hog. People going to take elevation in response to that. Reaver getting way far away, but the resurrection from Esper will be bringing LG back up to full strength. Here as C9 trying to take advantage of defense that's a little bit overextended. Gods though going to run in, take out Reaver, and really, again, LG going to take out C9 where it counts.
Now, Cloud9 is having problems, mainly with Enigma and this Roadhog in the middle portion. They're not able to kill him before he's able to do enough damage and knock everyone back. And as great as Kaikai is on Winston, and it is part of their signature offense they've been running, especially on Gibraltar, I think it's an issue. And as you see, Surefour is now off a soldier onto Reaper. He's not been able to get as much as he's once done.
Reaver is going to look for the knockback there. Did not quite knock Reinhardt off the way he wants, but instead, here comes Milo. Big Earth Shatter going to knock down Reaver. Sets up Enigma for an extra kill. 2 kills here for LG. And even though the Resurrection is going to come up, that means they had to blow the Resurrection a little bit early. Kaikai gets deep into the back. He's going to get taken care of by the defense in the back. As Seagull with the Barrage takes, or just normal rockets, takes out 2. That was Reaver with the Barrage. Did not quite get what he wanted. And Seagull still has his Barrage at the ready if he wants to drop it.
Seagull's having a great game so far. Reaver's hit some nice shots on Pharah, but Seagull, I really think, has won the Pharah war, and Esper stayed right with him. Esper's gotten the better of Rez's thus far, and I think even the Sound Barrier is coming out. MLG, Boots has won that battle against Drego. So Cloud9 having problems getting it together. It doesn't look like their offense really is cohesive.
Well, Kaikai is finally going to switch off. He's going to run a Roadhog of his own, and I like this, so maybe they can finally fight as 6. They've been fighting as 2 and 4 constantly, trying to take the top end of the shuttle, and it's really not just getting anything done for them. And then the 4 who are in the cart have been getting cleaned up.
LG is set up over the top. They're going to use that position to their advantage. They're moving forward over with the Sound Barrier, being highly aggressive. Here comes a Barrage from Seagull, going to take out 2. Beautifully executed coming out here from the side of LG. Kaikai on the Roadhog, just going to run here, but Seagull peppering in the rockets. He should be down here in just a moment as well. And LG, this has been just a reinvigorated LG team. They look way stronger than we've seen in the past. And C9 on Gibraltar in one hero limit in this patch looks a little lost.
Last chance, and they're going to have to push 5v6 because of that super late death by Kai. They're going to run in. If the Death Blossom gets everything, then maybe they have a shot at this.
Surefour does have the offensive Reaper out here. He does have Death Blossom at the ready. Will take out Enigma, but he is going to get knocked right down by Milo. Milo with the double Earth Shatter, setting up LG in this fight. The Death Blossom comes out by Surefour, but it was just last gasp. Desperation. Esper with the resurrection here for LG should give them the numbers they need to finish out this fight.
I've got you.
And a solid hold by LG in the hangar phase. After Cloud9 got off to a pretty good start, I would say, on offense. They pushed the cart all the way to the very end. LG had to kind of have a last desperation move onto the cart to stop it, and then Cloud9 got into the hangar, but then as soon as LG was able to win that final team fight before the cart went to the end, they set up for the next 5 minutes.
Rains from above.
Yep, Seagull had a great game. There's just a bit of it there. And I think, you know, early on, they wanted Winston to take top of the shuttle, which is kind of a strategy that they've always
69.
done. And he gets to the top of the shuttle, but he was never able to get enough damage or get some kills on there. He did dislodge Seagull momentarily oftentimes, but then the big problem was everyone down on the cart trying to push forward was always getting cleaned up by that. They never really pushed to 6. I would have liked to see them come through large pack room and try to take the bridge from a different angle, something. And then when they finally did switch ups, they switched way too late. Pretty impressive defense from Cloud9.
Well, going back to what we called here before this game began, I noted that I think that this is the best opportunity LG has had to really upset C9 and bring themselves even further up the NA ladder. And I think everything is going in LG's favor here. I think C9 has not played as much as they would like in the last week or two because of a whole bunch of events. LG has certainly been very hungry, and the meta favors them. So LG coming out on was once one of their weakest maps and having such a good defense in the hangar phase, that is incredibly good. And just a reminder to the people that are watching in regards to what the victory conditions here are, all LG has to do is either get to the hangar phase quicker than C9 or beat the hangar phase. Either way will give them their first map here in the Best of 5 series in the Alienware Monthly Melee Winners Semifinals.
Especially with Roadhog coming into the meta, and Enigma was probably the best reason that LG was able to take that win there. He is such a great Winston counter. So Kai likes running Winston on offense and defense. They can't run 2 now. And if you're not able to run 2 Winstons, it's much harder to kill the enemy Mercy, and you can't do as coordinated attacks. You can't leap and jump at the same time. So for them to have to deal with the Roadhog on the opposite team, I think it's a big problem for Cloud9. And as I mentioned, I think Reaver is having a little bit of issues doing as much work as he does with Widow as he is with
I'm
Soldier.
not used to state-of-the-art facilities these days.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he's able to get his, the work done on the Soldier this time on that defense. He's going to be on the 76 Greg, of course, on Lucio, Deb on Reinhardt. Shoreford just starting out the defense on that Reaper. Kai again on Winston, and Adam, of course, on Mercy. And on the other side, it looks like Gods is going to be that Widowmaker.
All right, taking a look here at the defense for C9. It's going to be Reaver on the 76, Grego on the Lucio, Debit on the Reinhardt, Surefour on the defensive Reaper, Kai on Winston, and Adam on what else but Mercy. So no defensive Widowmaker coming out here. And Gods, if he's able to get a pick or two, this could be absolutely huge for LG.
I just love that Gods is actually going to do it. He's like that stubborn. This is amazing to see someone's stubbornness just get the best of him, and we'll see what he can get done. He might be the only one playing Widow in this meta.
I think we have seen Gale Force run it from time to time, and every now and then other teams will bring it out as well, but certainly LG has been the most consistent at bringing out Widow. And it's so weird given the fact that historically they were one of the teams that didn't like running Widow at all, so how the tables have turned. And LG right now, they're just taking their time, they're sizing up the situation here, maybe giving Gods a little bit of opportunity to wait for a pick. They're just going to roll around, look for positioning, Milo not doing anything too crazy. But they are going to come over the top, and they're going to start challenging C9 here in just a moment. C9 doesn't want that to happen. They are going to go right back in and push it into LG. But LG's using elevation to their advantage here. Even though Reaver takes out Gods, LG still has a shot.
Yeah, Milo kind of gets sectioned off and then deleted off the map too by Shorefore and Debit on their combo down there. God switches up pretty late. He's done with Widow already, onto Soldier 76 instead.
So this is very scattered. Neither team is really fully engaged. Just yet, C9 did try and go on some people underneath the archway. LG really sticking to the top. There hasn't been the ultimate full engagement, although I will note that Seagull has gotten enough poke to already have a barrage up here. So if he can find a good opportunity to sort of get into the server room or punish as C9 rushes out of the server room, this could be an incredibly high value barrage coming up.
Yeah, and Surefour kills gods, and Surefour tried to control blue as long as possible.
Kai is going down. Here comes the barrage. They went right out and walked into it. Seagull getting one kill off of it. Not quite as much value as want. The Reinhardt is able to shield him out. Reaver now coming in at 76, getting a whole bunch of kills with the power of that tactical visor. Reaver was really able to sneak in there, found his moment. He will go down, but that is going to push back the LG offense at least for a little while.
Everyone, heal up.
Yeah, I mean, defense looks great right now, and now it's, you know, becoming the condition where, yes, they have 5 minutes, but they might be able to hold them here before even getting second. Now, I think they're definitely past the time that they can capture it faster, as that was only 2 minutes on the clock it took Cloud9 to capture this, so we'll see.
Well, Surefour right now is definitely looking to set up the LG team as they move forward. He has Death Blossom at the ready, and he was just hiding there in the corner to see if they came in over the top. He would have rushed in, dropped the Death Blossom, but now he's content to go in the server room and take out Enigma. Enigma was poking in a little bit deeply, looking for a pickoff. Milo going to charge in to the entirety of the C9 team, immediately gets punished. 2 kills there for Surefour. God's going to take him out in the end. And this is where LG can't really go super far in, given how this is working out right now.
Now, we've seen LG get stuck at the same point several times before against Cloud9, and of course this is different here, but Cloud9 has always had such great defense, not only in the pits, but controlling blue with Surefour, and having Reaver on bridge, and then only having 2 people in server room.
Here we go right now. Seagull is going to get into the server room, gets a little bit of elevation as well, setting up the C9 team, looking for a barrage opportunity. The rest of LG sort of getting in and around him, following his lead in the server room. 2 kills here for the LG squad as they move forward. Adam is going to have to burn the res early in this fight. Esper still has his res, so LG can be very aggressive here and rely on the Esper resurrection. We do have the tac visor coming out from that, and Gods was able to take out Adam, so again, no resurrections coming in for a long time here for C9. Surefour will come in here with the Death Blossom, takes out 3. What is Esper doing? Will Esper be able to get the resurrection? He's staying here in the back. A 4 res going to come out from Esper, setting up his team. Seagull back in the fray. Will we be seeing the barrage here in a moment? He's going in over the top. Barrage will be dropped. Justice Rain from above. Seagull with the double kill off of the resurrection. And LG, some great teamwork in setting this up, and they're starting to take the momentum here on this point.
Now, Kai is so good at delaying. He's probably one of the best at this, but Enigma with 2 kills with Gods, they are able to get the checkpoint. So after a pretty strong hold from Cloud9, LG is able to push it through. Now they have 5 minutes to complete this point. But I would say that Cloud9 is looking pretty solid here, at least so far, and Reaver's Soldier is living up to his name.
Yeah, they should be happy with that. Also, Surefour has just been absolutely a terror for both these tanks on the bottom. I mean, not only is he getting 1 kill on maybe Enigma, then he usually finds, you know, Milo on his Reinhardt too. He's been absolutely cleaning up, and that Death Blossom was great for them. Kai already controlling the shuttle phase here, and now he's going to initiate. He's got Esper in his sights.
Reaver immediately deletes Esper from the LG squad, getting a double kill, making a triple here at the tac visor. Had everything in his sights, picked a really good opportunity. They use that ultimate, and C9 is effectively going to win this fight off as Reaver takes out Seagull with the Helix rocket. Just a very clean quad kill coming out from Reaver. Of course, Reaver we've usually seen on Widowmaker, but if you can be a really good Widowmaker, you can probably also be a really good 76. Hit scan is hit scan.
See, now while LG chose to put everyone in server room at the first point, and they put everyone at connector to Mega on second point, Cloud9 lets play everyone on top of the ship.
Barrier activated.
You do see the LG squad moving right into that right room, going to try and take it as their own as they move forward, and thus far, they're getting in. They haven't lost anyone yet. They are going to get knocked down from this Earth Shatter, but they are winning the trades as they go in. Soundbarrier going to come in here from LG, and after getting those pickoffs, they're going to be able to be very aggressive. However, Surefour in the back is coming in here for the defense, does have Death Blossom at the ready, and LG now starting to get pushed back a little bit after that res coming out from Adam.
I think the tanks went in there very aggressively, just banking on that resurrection, bringing them up in a weird spot so they could sandwich them, because otherwise there was really no reason for either of them to walk in solo against ults that were already coming down. I mean, Devitt walked in there against a whole hog, and then Kai went in there and died too. But when they were able to be resurrected, they put the rest of the offense in a very strange position, and then ended up cleaning up the entire team.
Cheerful right now has really good positioning over the top. He's just going to look to hop into this room. He found the angle, gets in with the Death Blossom, makes it a quick triple kill. And that's terrible for LG. That immediately kills their pushes. Surefour going to complete the quad kill, but really good movement to jump from the ship into the room. Caught them unawares as they're going up the staircase, and in came a whirling spire of death in Surefour.
LG still has the ult advantage. They still only need to push the cart to the end of this checkpoint. I feel like we've had this discussion before. All they need to do is get all the ults together at one time and make one effective push, and they'll have the cart all the way to the end and just need to defend off respawn waves to win the match.
So LG is going to look to make an opportunity here. Seagull does have Barrage at the ready. Gods has Tac Visor in the back. Reaver, though, going to use the first Tac Visor here, going to come in, look for any open picks. Finds Esper, but Gods finds him in turn. Esper will go down, though, at the very end. That's a huge loss for the side of LG. They're not going to be able to have a resurrection up to bring up these fallen heroes.
What do you think
As a result, I think this push is going to stall out.
What do you think of this Tracer pick, Slasher?
I think it's...
We can do this.
I mean, he was doing pretty well on the Roadhog, but of course, Surefour being so great right now with Reaper is why he's going for it. I think it's an okay decision to make against...
So it's to counter the Reaper, because I'm going to say he can't really get to the back lines when they're hanging out on the shuttle here. It's really just to try to answer Surefour's Reaper. Anyway, he's off of that already. He's on to Winston.
Seagull right now looking for any sort of opportunity here. LG just weighing to go in. They're going to back away from the Sound Bearer. They don't want to deal with it at all. As Kai able to dive in on the Esper, aided by that Sound Bearer. And again, just getting one death like that, that makes the Sound Bearer worthwhile. You're going to stall at LG for another 20 seconds and effectively buy into what could have been their last gas push. LG's next push will be their last here, and they have to bring the payload quite a ways here in the hangar phase.
Now, the good news for LG is that Poops almost has Sand Barrier, and Grego will not have it for this team fight. So there is an opportunity for LG to win the team fight and win the map. It would be probably right now.
Well, they are moving in there, trying to set them up. We do see the Reaver again coming up the Tac Visor. He's been able to pick off very vital people with this before, but the Sound Bearer going to stop him from doing that in the beginning, but he'll still manage to get Esper with the Tac Visor, and normal left clicks in the back. Reaver on the double kill. The rest is going to be up to what remains of LG, but there's not many people remaining. It is only Seagull remaining, and he's not going to be able to do much here. And now this is pretty rough for LG. Maybe they can touch a payload in time, maybe not. I think it's going to be up to Enigma here to touch it. We'll see if he can do that in the next 10 seconds. I think he can, but this is not how you want to initiate this team fight. And Surefour might be able to clean them all up with one Death Blossom. Here we go, fight is underway, overtime is in progress, and Surefour coming in with the Death Blossom immediately erases Esper in the back. 2 kills here for the C9 defense so far. They just need a few more to seal this fight out. There will be no resurrection as noted. Gods and Milo, though, trying to do their best to put this in LG's favor. Gods on a double kill, moving forward. C9 has to be near the point here at all times, otherwise it will be over. Kai taking out Gods for trying that to get Pulse Bomb in for Enigma. Enigma, this is where he has to be a little bit Mission Impossible here. He has to move in, touch a cart, move out, and stall for about as long as you can as Tracer, as the rest of LG sort of gets back into this fight.
Was able to do it, buys enough time for Esper to come in and get the resurrection off. Now they're still just on delay mode, but the Sound Barrier coming down for Cloud9 might be able to seal it out. Seagull comes over the top, trying to clean up anything he can, and Enigma finds Adam.
Finding that is huge. Seagull now getting back to the fight is able to take out Debit. LG is fighting right now. Remember, if they get this cart to the end, they will win this map. This is incredibly tense between both teams. LG was able to buy enough time off of that delay from Enigma. Seagull came in with the hammer, got the double kill, and now C9 is in all sorts of trouble. LG might be pulling off the miracle. The resurrection coming in from Adam, though. The last gas from C9. Adam eating rocket after rocket in the back. He's not dead yet. He's able to avoid that, as now Debit and Reaver are coming in for C9. They're trying to turn this back in their favor. Seagull, though, still a threat here over the top, looking for anything he can get. Milo getting onto a point. There's the hammer down. Does not connect with anything. As now Surefour is on a Tracer of all things, getting the triple kill, saying, Enigma, you want a Tracer? I can Tracer as well. And C9 now starting to push back LG, and that is going to be that. What a final push from LG. And what a save at the end coming in from Adam and the C9 squad.
See, when you asked me about the Tracer pick, I actually thought he was doing pretty well. And when he had to play Tracer yesterday, he played pretty well. Just there, he was only there to touch the cart. Instead, he kills Surefour twice in a row. He kills Reaver twice in a row. He kills Adam. He pushes the cart by himself. He almost wins the game single-handedly for LG. I think he should keep going, Tracer. If he's played so well each time, he's only been doing it for the situation, not for, you know, the meta or for their pick.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal tracer. He's probably one of the best tracers in all of competitive. I thought maybe that section he was playing the tracer in was a little odd. Generally, you think that tracer is just there to delete the back line, but as you mentioned, Shore4 was the problem for him, and tracer's pretty good against Reaper. And then, yeah, he just had a phenomenal last couple of minutes, kept them in that map. But at the end of the day, they're unable to cap second. I believe Cloud9 capped that first. That is Cloud9's map. So Luminosity Gaming will choose the second map, and they choose to take us to Hollywood.
All right, so Hollywood will be the next map, a much more traditional map in the Overwatch sphere. Reminder, by the way, that this is a best of 5, so we have at least one map in the series, no matter who wins Hollywood, and 2 King of the Hill maps are lurking, so really a lot of Overwatch could still remain here in this best of 5.
After they had such a good hold against Cloud9 in the hangar phase, they had 5 minutes to, all they had to do is get their ults together and win one clean team fight. Because on the other hand, Cloud9 didn't have such a good offense, but they're trying to complete the map. Not since when LG held on that second point, they know all they have to do is get to that end of the checkpoint. They should be aware of that in their minds and conserving their ults and trying to purely win off of the ult advantage in these team fights. But time and time again, Shore4 made huge plays, especially ulting off of the ship, which I also love. And I'm seeing that more and more now with Reapers ulting early. And then because of the area of effect of the ult, they can kill things like below them. So they'll jump and they'll kill Mercies while they're flying in the air. And it's a really cool tactic. So I think Cloud9 put up a very strong defense in the hangar phase, but that, to me, was more LG's inability to get things going when they know all they have to do is get to that second checkpoint.
All right, so we're just waiting here for LG the ready up. We will be moving in to the second map, which will be Hollywood. And LG, I gotta say, they looked really strong the entire time. Even though they did not win that last map, they gave C9 a much stronger fight than I think C9 was anticipating. And it was a little bit of a heartbreaker given how close they were to capping the hangar at the end. But right now, I think LG has everything they might need to at least bring this map series to 4 or 5 games or win it outright. I think C9 is looking a little bit more mortal now, even though C9, of course, you can never count them out. C9 has had, even though they've been on a very long winning spree, and truly not a whole lot of teams have been close to them, they have had points where they have looked mortal in series, even though they've always managed to find a way to win. So in the end, it's sort of hard to say, well, gee, can you favor a team against C9 or say C9 is going to lose? I think statistically right now, you always have to say C9 is going to be the winner. But I do think there's been points where teams have made it close, and LG is certainly vying for that here today.
Well, LG hasn't been completely shut out against C9. They've won a map here or there. I think they've won like 2 maps in the last 10 or 12 games, something around there, which is not great, but it does at least bode that they can take maps off of this team when they must. I think one of those was a King of the Hill, though. Definitely have not gotten the better of Cloud9 on payload. The big question answered for me is what's Reaver going to do? And apparently, you know, in the Soldier 76-ish meta that we're seeing the last couple days, Reaver's fine on Soldier 76. He played a really nice game.
Well, this is one of the single support maps, at least for what we've seen for a decent amount for Cloud9 on offense. That wouldn't surprise me completely. I think Shore4 being on the Genji, that lets Reaver Soldier 76, and he played much better on defense than he did on offense on that first point.
All right, so taking a look here at the defense as it rolls out for the LG side, it is going to be Gods on the 76, Milo on the Reinhardt, Junkrat on that Junkrat, or sorry, Seagull on that Junkrat, Esper on the Lucio, Pooks on the Symmetra, Enigma on the Roadhog. And one thing that's really worth noting here, in terms of what we saw from both teams, is that one thing in Overwatch, and you think it's straightforward and say, oh, kill the support. Well, teams in Overwatch now are being much more aggressive at getting in on the Mercy than they ever have been in the past, especially in the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's a combination of factors. A, it's the fact that McCree is no longer back there to protect your Mercies, so diving in on Mercy is much more likely to result in a kill. And also just the fact that Mercy is so prevalent in the meta right now, or so powerful with Resurrection, that taking on Mercy early is oftentimes all you have to do to win a team fight.
I mean, you're so often seeing the Winston jump in and just keep after the Mercy, then maybe get out because of that cooldown on his jump is there too. Sometimes even he's got his own Mercy with him, and that was never the case when you had kind of the Secret Service agent of McCree standing next to him, just flashbanging and double hammer him. So now that's absolutely right. These Mercies are just really the prime target, having trouble staying alive and staying protected. This Cloud9 offense looks very strange right now. Reaver is going to be on an offensive Widow. Shore4 actually going to bust out of McCree. Grego's going to play the Reaper. Kai, of course, on Zarya. Debit on Reinhardt's. Adam on Mercy.
Did we just enter a time warp? McCree Widow coming out from C9? I was not expecting this here from them today, given what they were running yesterday. I thought for sure we'd be seeing Reaver here on the Pharah, but Reaver gonna go to the palm tree approach, looking for the headshot, only gets a body shot onto the Symmetra. So back to the good old days in some form or fashion here.
You know, I think they could be trying a few things out, especially as they have more matches this weekend and 2 other tournaments that they are probably going to be playing these same teams a few times. They could be trying out a few different offenses and defenses in tournament settings in this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a scrim. These teams don't scrim each other, but now they're just kind of getting some practice in.
Well, Gods is able to take out Grego here for first kill of the game. LG going to hold strong, at least for now. Reaver not having a whole lot of luck looking for picks here, but teams have also gotten really good at dealing with Widowmakers. But oh my goodness, as I say that, the grapple shot, Dome Seagull in the head. And now there's going to be a period here where they will have a numerical advantage. Although that being said, Enigma did just take out Debit. The Resurrection will be bringing him back up as Enigma now being the real rock on the LG defense. And Roadhog has suited Enigma so well.
Reaver gets another pick though, takes down Gods. He does pay for it with Seagull finding him. Adam goes down to Seagull as well. Seagull cleans up Debit. That should be enough for this defense to hold. Poops already has his teleporter down. LG looking pretty strong on this D right now. Grego might even stagger out.
Both Enigma and Seagull there had some really good moments where they simply put the team on their back. Enigma was running around, getting the hooks he needed to do, getting the damage he needed to get. He took out Adam pretty early, and here comes the Earth Shatter in from Debit. Doesn't really get much of anything there. And Milo, he still has his Earth Shatter, so LG, they can stand a little bit behind Milo. They can wait for an opportunity, and Milo can really open them up with an Earth Shatter should the opportunity present itself.
Helden sterben nicht.
LG has
That might be the opportunity here. He's going to drop the hammer, knocks down 3. Will LG come in to follow up on this? They absolutely will. They're getting 3 kills immediately following that. The Graviton comes in, but I don't think there's the personnel really to deal with that anymore.
Yeah.
Where's your follow-up?
That was awful. I mean, I love Kai. He's one of the best Zarya's in the game. Just the fact that he does so much damage early on and gets those Gravitons up. Maybe he feels he can throw one away like that, but that was an absolute waste. I'm also a little surprised that Grego has not been scouring the edges like he generally does, knowing he's going against the Symmetra. He's usually the one that has to chase down the teleporters and destroy him. He's not been able to find it in the back corner yet.
Yeah, it's been tough for Cloud9. They have wall hacks now, but there's only 2 minutes remaining, and LG already has teleporter up, and they have ult advantage here. So they're going to be able to stall out based on ults alone for another minute. Cloud9 is going to need a cohesive team fight win if they have a chance to even cap point A.
With the initiation,
go
ahead.
A lot for C9 here is going to depend on Reaver being able to get picks if they commit to the Widow here. If he gets 1 pick to start things off like he did a little bit earlier, I think it would be huge if they win immediately after. But unfortunately, since the teleporter is there, the pick is not going to have the biggest window of opportunity as it normally otherwise would. And see what C9 does. C9, though, it does look like they're speeding on some point. They are looking for their opportunity, but then they stop after the sound barrier. They're getting pushed back by Enigma's whole hog, and LG just willing to stand behind Milo, let Enigma do some work as Seagull takes out Grego in the back line. And look at this, Enigma in the back takes out Surefour, does not want any Reaper shenanigans here today. I like what LG's doing. They're not really being super aggressive. They're getting picks. They're giving what C9 gives them, and they're holding firm.
Yeah, it's been absolutely easy for him. They haven't had a moment where anyone's put any pressure on him. Here comes the Graviton. Finally, some follow-up. Absolutely.
That was an early triple kill coming out from Kai. Both Reinhardt's gonna knock each other over, which means Milo will not have any last-minute Earthshatter shenanigans. And that was a fight where maybe LG did go a little bit too far up. Kai was able to get the 3-person Graviton, including killing the several key people in the process. So as a result, C9 is going to get point A, where LG honestly was very close to a full hold.
Now, just as you were talking, and I was about to make a point about how LG they don't have Lucio, so they're not trying to speed boost in and to play an aggressive defense. They have Symmetra, they have multiple teleport portals up, and then they go and they get stuck at car, and they get rushed down, and they all die.
I don't think they were expecting Adam to res everyone there. I thought they were just on the full-on chase, thinking that they'd already won it. We're just going to stagger a couple more kills. Adam brought them back. They Graviton and an absolute cleanup.
All the defensive LG right now setting up on the rooftops. You see this time and time again. Gods is on the Widowmaker now, so we do have 2 Widows in the game. Again, perhaps same old, same old. We will see the Gods Reaver matchup on the way. Milo, though, on the top, waiting for an opportunity. This is where you'll see Reinhardt drop down. Gods takes out Grego to start this out. Debit looking for the Earthshare. I'm not sure how many he got there, but Milo getting right in. He's going to get charged to his death. Really bloody on both sides, but LG maintaining a presence here on the point. And here comes Seagull off the flank as the rest of LG in the front. He's looking for Reaver. Not able to kill him, just said he was expecting a shot. And he's going to get taken out by Surefour instead. And C9 now able to get the few kills they need to get through the Streets phase very quickly.
That's the fastest you can complete the Streets phase. They're not even, well, they are going to actually try to stall this out. They're going to come far right door. Reaver is not watching it. Enigma's on the cart.
All right, we do have the sound barrier coming out here from the side of the offense. Surefour able to get 2 kills off that speed boost, really helping him. He's moving in, has the Widow in his sights. God's going to go down. 3 kills here for Surefour. And now, after an incredibly brilliant early defense from LG, sort of a collapse from them coming out in the Streets phase.
Yeah, Cloud9 has been punishing them ever since that LG went aggressive onto card. They were able to get on top of the Saloon, and Gods did get 2 picks early on in that fight, but Kai is such a good Winston, was able to get on top of him, was able to open up space for Surefour, and he was able to get the kills to move through the entirety without even giving up the card.
Oh, Surefour set them up. He went in from the top, took out Esper and Seagull immediately. That gets rid of the Fair Mercy combo. Not only getting rid of a huge source of DPS, but also the Resurrection as well. The offense now in great position as they move forward. They pick up another 2 kills as they go in, and LG looks completely shell-shocked right now. For as brilliant as their first point defense has been, their defense in the Streets and last has been absolutely terrible.
Yeah, Kai locks down the door with his Primal Rage there on the card yet again, but there's going to be one last gasp from the defense.
Milo is going in. He does get 1 charge kill to start this out. Grego did get smushed against the wall. Milo just swinging the hammer on top of the payload, using the sound barrier to his advantage, but Surefour going to come in, getting the triple kill. Nothing even flashy with an ult, just left-clicking people down as C9 slowly muscling their way in. LG getting muscled out, and barring a miracle, this should be C9's point sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they're going to stall out. Enigma comes onto the D.Va in a desperation attempt. Gone are the days of 6 D.Vas.
No more 6 D.Vas, no more 6 Tracers. Reaver getting 2 pickoffs on Widowmaker towards the end, and this is going to be a cap for C9. And again, it's not even the worst defense time here for LG, but it just makes you wonder what could have been, because they did buy so much time on the first point that if they were able to get at least 2 wipes in the Streets phase and two wipes in last, they could have had a full hold before the final point.
I believe LG had at least 3 to 4 charges on the teleporter on the first point. This was it. There was only 1 minute and 20 remaining on the point 8. If they had played more defensively like they did the first 4 minutes of Hollywood, maybe they shut it out then and there. But ever since Cloud9 was able to win that team fight, they kind of got things rolling through the Streets. Maybe Gods got the better of Reaver to begin with, but then Reaver's Widow did some work
I think
the last portion.
I think that right there, I mean, they thought they had a chance to really close it out by chasing and getting a couple more kills to really stagger to make sure that Cloud9 doesn't even have a chance for a last push, but they weren't expecting the Resurrection to come in there. Resurrection into Graviton, into a follow-up from your Reinhardt, absolutely clean them up. I just think they thought they had a chance to lock it down if they got a couple more kills. We're not expecting to be in the position they were facing an entire team off of res. That's got to hurt your mental game, right? I mean, you had it. You had Cloud9 held it first and just kind of thrown.
Now, they had Grego playing the Junkrat on the flex sometimes, and that allowed Reaver to play that defensive Pharah, which may still come out. But maybe they're trying to change things up and try some new things out. We had Grego going Reaper in the very initial phase, and then Surefour, the McCree didn't really work out so much for them, and he had to go Reaper to really get things going, especially if LG is going to continue to run Roadhog.
All right, well, taking a look here at the defense coming out from C9. There will be no Torbjorn. Aardvark not going to pay off. My apologies to those who wanted to see Torbjorn here, but not happening. Even though C9 did used to run it here quite a bit. In fact, recently ran it a little bit, even in this meta, so not happening. But we will be seeing Grego on the Junkrat, Surefour on the Reaper, Debit on Reinhardt, Adam on Mercy, Reaver on the defensive Widow. So Widow, again, making her appearance, unless he switches. He's still in the back in the spawn, so he could be switching, or he's just playing with Surefour. Who really knows?
Yeah, he might be trying to convince his team that he should be able to run defensive Widow here. But I mean, Reaver on Widow is always good, but he does switch Soldier 76 here. I think it's a smarter pick overall, more consistent pick. I've always thought 76 was underrated on Hollywood defense. On the offense, though, LG coming out, it's going to be Esper on that Mercy. He's going to go to the skies with his buddy Seagull. Gods is so far on the offensive Widow. He will probably stick on that. Pooks, of course, will play Lucio. Milo again on Reinhardt, and Enigma is going to flex onto Zarya.
I could definitely see a conversation being had while they're 2 respawning. I really want to play Widow. Come on, I can do these kill gods right now. No, play Soldier would be better.
Well, Soldier on this cafe, I thought is always been a very good pick. It forces someone to come in and try to answer him, and it's going to be up to Seagull, actually, to try to come over the top and dive him. So Reaver versus Seagull might be an early fight to watch.
Not only Reaver versus Seagull, but Gods, of course, is the X Factor. You see here on the Widowmaker looking for the pickoff. Does land 1 body shot. Still looking for a little bit more as the rest of LG just sort of setting up here. Not going in right away. And LG historically has had one of the most patient offenses here on Hollywood. They don't always go in right away. They will take their time. But when they do go in with an advantage.
Now, the only issue with taking too much time is that it allows the defense to get teleporter reps. So they can't spend forever taking poke damage, otherwise Kai will get teleporter, and then they have to win a very decisive team fight.
Yeah, Enigma gets a little out of position. He does take down Grego, but he pays for it, gets charged, and then finished off by Reaver, who is still comfortably just poking away on his 76.
Thanks for the assist.
Seagull right now is perpetually damage boosted, looking to take down the shield and more, but again, this is where LG is just waiting for circumstances to go in their favor. They have a little bit of time to work with, but not as much as they might like. And here they go, Seagull now going over the top, looking for the teleporter, going to grab this teleport immediately. A great pick of the teleport by Seagull. He just sort of gets back out and back to safety.
Esper misses his Guardian Angel. He's back all alone in the back end. He dies.
Oh no. Well, that's going to be 3 kills here for the defense. Seagull's still alive, though, in the back. Landing good rockets. Has a barrage at the ready. Might need to use it here. Moa Symmetra trying to take him out. He's down to 23 HP. Seagull, fighting for his life, will finally go down the Reaver. And that's a little bit rough here, because even though they got the teleporter, Kai is 40% away from getting a new one. And lots of ultimates here on the defense, though Kai did just get taken down.
Yeah, I mean, Esper went in with Seagull over the top to get that teleport to the back end, was unable to get out with him, just kind of missed it a little bit. I don't know, ended up on the other side of that wall alone, which is, of course, not where you want to be as a Mercy.
Grego does have the tire right now. The tire isn't doing a whole lot. I think it's waiting to go in. Will this be the tire that could? It does go in. And gets taken out by Gods.
Well, every ult's up for LG right now, except for the infrared sight, and they're going to push their advantage right now.
They are absolutely pushing in. Enigma looking for a good opportunity. Ends up being a whole lot of Symmetra turrets. Has to shield out at 3 HP. That is not a lot here for Zarya. Will Graviton before dying. Gets a whole bunch of C9 members in. Getting the triple kill with 3 HP. No, nonetheless, Resurrection is going to come in here from Adam. Going to try and save the day for C9. Seagull, though, over the top with a good barrage. Milo with the follow-up. This should be the push that LG wants, as Seagull with a beautiful midair to finish that out.
Well, LG did have to use all 5 of their ultimates to make that happen, but that was decisive, clean team fight. They had opportunities to win it earlier, and it really was because of Esther missing the Guardian Angel and then him and Seagull going down. So LG still with a pretty decent time on point A. They are going to be able to get some height control before Cloud9 is able to go on the saloon.
Well, you were the one telling them that they have to use all their ults to win a fight, and I mean, clearly they did right there. They finally got it through. Enigma is going to switch off onto the D.Va, take some of this rooftop control. Oddly enough, they're not running a Winston. It's just Enigma's kind of personal preference. He much prefers the D.Va.
Well, speaking of flanks right now, we do see Surefour getting the back, looking for the pickoff on the Esper, is going to get it immediately, and this is where C9 is being relentless at going after the Mercy. And this is difficult for any Mercy to deal with. It's a lot of pressure coming from C9. Surefour found the right opportunity, was able to get in there, and now just looking for a little bit more. D.Va's mech going to go down. And this is pretty casual here for C9, nothing flashy, but they are getting the picks they need to really stall this LG offense.
Yeah, slow it down a little bit. They're going to have to back up right now, though, as Seagull does take roof control. Devin's kind of out alone on his own. Even though Surefour is watching the left, no one's poking through that way. He's going to try to get behind, though, and Surefour almost has a big Death Blossom available.
I think a lot is going to depend here on this next barrage coming out from the side LG. They have a sound barrier that can support, so LG has a lot of weapons should they decide to use them. Enigma takes out Surefour, now 65. This has to be the time for LG to strike. The Earth Shatter coming in, the barrage coming in. Seagull picking up 2 kills off of that setup. Enigma with a little bit of extra follow-up. The very clean fight here coming out from the side of LG. We'll see if they can keep it going in their favor, but moment so far pretty good. Reaver, though, is back in the fight, is in the back here with the 76. The sound barrier going to come out here from C9, and C9 starting to take this right back to LG.
Even though LG wins teams fights, Adam is so good at staying alive that it keeps Cloud9 in skirmishes and keeps them alive and allows them to get respawn, and they're continuing to fight, so LG needs to win. Another huge team fight to even move the cart.
Adam finally
fight is
taken out, but he had no business being alive for like the last 2 minutes.
This fight is taking place all over the place, very chaotic, not just on the payload, in the front, in the back. But in the end, anytime you have these fights that break down the brawls all over the place, it's very hard for the offense to get really good pushing going on during that entire process. And now, this is do or die for LG. LG has a little under 2 minutes remaining here. And this is not the greatest look right now for LG. I think it's still possible for them to win, but everything would have to go right.
Payload is in my charge.
Well, we'll see if Diva's ult ever does anything competitively. She's got it ready to go. Might be kind of just zoning out this area. She would actually just drop in a doorway, which is usually nice to lock out some reinforcements.
Soundbear coming out here for the offense. They're trying to make the most of this. They don't have the greatest position going in. C9 sort of goes back a little bit, doesn't fall victim to Soundbear. The Diva ultimate is going to come up, gets nothing from it. Everyone takes cover. Seagull, though, in the back line, holding in his barrage, looking for an opportunity as Kai went to just diving gods in the back. Kai's going to go down for that, but look at all the time that's being bought here from C9. Even if they lose this fight, time-wise, there's only about a minute left, and this is not good. Either way, though, Seagull goes in the back, immediately deletes Adam, gets the double kill, Gods with the follow-up on the Grego. LG finally is going to get, I think, all they need to push through this point, but time-wise, it might be too little, too late.
Well, Gods and Seagull doing what they need to, at least to finish off the checkpoint, getting 5 kills between them, Enigma getting the 6, and now they're able to at least get this checkpoint. They have a little bit of time, but really Cloud9 with some very solid defense, a lot of that on Adam staying alive.
I mean,
LG is moving forward.
It's been one of the major differences. Adam has died much less than Esper in a lot of times in key moments. Esper's had a bit of a rough go of things. Yes, they are focusing very strong, but he's definitely died more than Adam has this game. And in the meta that we're in, it's very mercy-dependent meta. It can cost your team maps.
Seagull right now going in over the top, but it just doesn't matter. Only 13 seconds are left. They are not going to be able to get in. Debit, though, does get the double kill Earthshatter. As C9 going to get the last 2 kills they need. They didn't even need this. Even if LG wiped them out here, LG would not be able to get to the end. So, per stopwatch rules, this is going to be mapped to C9. And again, this is a case where I think LG had some really good looks. They just weren't able to put it all together at the right time, and C9 going to edge it out. Up 2-0 now in this best of 5 series.
I mean, LG had such a good opportunity. They won a pretty clean team fight in the middle portion of Hollywood with Seagull a few nice kills and Gods a few nice kills. And Adam and Kai are probably the best in the business of delaying carts in this game. Delaying overtimes, delaying checkpoints, and they delayed enough because of the respawn times, right where the cart was in the middle of Hollywood. It favored defense a little bit over offense. So as long as they can do that, they get the respawn times quicker, and that was what allowed them to hold off in that middle portion long enough that it secured them the map victory. And for me now, I said they had to win one of these 2 maps if they were going to take the series. They lose both, and it is going to be very difficult for LG to
So, here's a question going to the next map. What map are we expecting coming out from the side of LG? Will they bring this to King of the Hill, or will they bring it to Route 66? I feel I can go either way here. I could see why they'd bring the King of the Hill, but I also could see why they'd bring the 66, a map that C9 really hasn't really liked all that much in the past either.
Yeah, Cloud9's not a big fan of Route 66. They always used to ban it themselves. More recently, they've been banning out Kings Row, and I think the ban against Dorado was an anti-ban against LG, not for them. So going to Route 66, I think, is a decent idea from LG, but the King of the Hill maps seem like the way to go. They've had success there before against Cloud9. It was in an era when they had to, they did some Bastion stuff, and it was against Double Winston and whatnot, but they've been able to perform there. And I think that is definitely where they should go to.
So we're waiting here for the map choice coming out from the side of LG. I would like to see some King of the Hill, but maybe we'll go 66 instead. I almost have a gut feel saying that we're going to go 66, although I don't know how accurate that's going to be. I just think that given that it's an unpracticed payload map for both teams, maybe it's more of a wild card. Guess we'll have to see. But big shouts to all those who are tuning in here today. This is the Alienware Monthly Melee, presented by Curse, sponsored by Alienware, bringing you some of the very top competition in Overwatch. This is, of course, has been 8-team invitational. C9 versus LG were 2 of our top performing teams yesterday in the group stages. I believe the winner of this will be going up against the winner of Envy versus Team Liquid. Envy, of course, going into that a little bit favored, but Team Liquid has been very, very good today, or yesterday as well. They brought a new level that I don't think we've really seen from them in the past, and their roster change-ups definitely seem to be for the better.
It's good news for the Overwatch scene in general that Gale Force is playing really well, that Team Liquid is playing really well. As much as I love the top teams and your LGs, your Enviouses, and your Cloud9s, I think it's much more interesting when you have 5, 6, 7, 10 really good teams rather than 1 or 2 than everyone else competing for the 3rd and 4th spot. So it's really good to see those teams leveling up. LG has decided on the next map, and we are going to go play on Lijiang Tower.
Well, I was going to say 2 things. One, I think that actually Gauss played pretty well on Widow,
Yeah.
and I think that LG should be pretty satisfied with how they played on the 2 payload maps. I think they could, if they want to continue playing Widow on those maps, that went fine. And at the flip side, Reaver did make Widow work, so we saw him now on defensive and offensive Pharah yesterday on the same maps, and Cloud9 shows they can pull out Widow in those same situations. So I think already we're seeing some different things that Cloud9 can do, which is going to make it tough for these other teams. And the second point, it's really hard to get 7 to 10 top teams, Hex. I mean, the same type of problem we see in other esports games, especially in North America, where the talent is just spread too thin and it's over too many teams. And because there's not enough good talent, honestly, in North America, and this includes Overwatch, there is more talent in Europe for Overwatch than there is in North America, like there is in every other FPS game. And because of that, the amount of top teams that you can create, there's just not enough of them.
I don't know. I would tend to agree with you, but it depends, I guess, where you're putting Envious on the spectrum. Are they an EU team or an NA team anymore? Because right now, I think, is actually one of the first times since the beginning of Overwatch that I look at the North American scene, and it's finally kind of on par with the EU scene. It's generally, EU's always had 5 or 6, 7 good teams, and North America had 2 at best. But now with the rise of Liquid and the rise of Gale Force, I think that they're starting to balance out, and I think North America is looking stronger than they ever have.
I'm going to interject here and say that I think North America right now is actually stronger than EU.
Yeah.
Take what you will and how you brand Envy. Right now, Envy is living in North Carolina. They are an NA team. And I think you look at the EU side of things, Reunited has had a whole lot of trouble here. I think Creation has had some trouble adapting as well, and Rogue has been changing up their roster left and right. So you look at sort of the instability on the top of the EU side of things, the dominance of C9 for NA, how good Envy has been playing and how close LG has been playing them as of late, and the new rise of Gale Force and Team Liquid. I actually think NA is stronger than EU right now.
Which is the first time since Overwatch came out, because for the longest time, and we've been around it for 6, 7 months now, it was always EU was just a clearly the better region by far. Like North America had 1 or 2 like very good teams that could probably beat some of those top teams in Europe, but Europe had 5 or 6 very, very solid teams, and the tournaments that were only EU were just much more interesting to watch because of that. But I'd agree with you, ZP. It has been a banner couple weeks, and maybe the patch really brought back North American talent, but I would say that for the first time, North America is at the very least on the same level of the European scene, if not better. So that's 2 against 1 Slash. You're outvoted. You're wrong.
I am all about adopting that European, Asian, foreign talent to be in America. Polt, Violet, Simple, and now Envy are all American. Look, I'm all about that, okay?
Sure.
Because there's 1 player out of 6 on that team that's American. Super American team. Tailspin's doing great.
Tailspin's from Idaho. How much from America is he? How many people actually are in that state?
Let's be real. Envy's a European team. That's why they're the best, and because they are European. And we haven't seen the first LAN yet, but I expect things to go a little bit differently than we've been seeing online.
Well,
all right. Well, NA versus EU stuff aside, we're going to look at the team rosters as they switch up here. Curious to see if we see any Bastion play, but it does not look like it'll be the case as we set up here on Lijiang Tower Control Center. Stage will be the first. It's going to be Seagull here on the Pharah, Enigma on the Roadhog, Pooks on Lucio, Esper on Mercy, Milo on the Zarya, and God's going to round things out here on the Reaper.
Very similar lineup coming out for C9. Kai is actually going to be the one on Reaper, oddly enough. Debit will be playing the Winston, Grego on Lucio, Adam, of course, on Mercy. Short4 is going to bust out the Tracer and Reaver on Soldier 76.
So that triple DPS coming out of Cloud9. Short4 back on Tracer. I think he had a little bit of fun at the end of Gibraltar when he had to come in and kill Enigma. Feels like, all right, I'm going to pull it out right now.
Oh, both teams getting into it in this first skirmish, both getting a kill. Enigma, again, being the rock here for LG, gets the first kill for their side. He goes down, though, in turn, as Surefour now bringing out the Tracer. Good to see Tracer in play yet again. Of course, this is King of the Hill, where we've usually seen Tracer come into play, both here, high MMR pubs, wherever you want to say it. Tracer pretty good on King of the Hill, as C9 going to outmuscle LG just a little bit and take this point. Not even a huge decisive team fight, just LG knowing that they've lost a little bit more and backing out.
Well,
and
good.
Enigma now going to get off the hog and go to a Tracer of his own.
She's good on King of the Hill, but also I think she's phenomenal on Lijiang in this stage especially. There's just so many small packs, so many areas she can exploit. She comes left and right. There's a lot of geography she can dodge in and out behind. I think it's an excellent hero pick on this stage.
Enigma's probably happy that he saw Tracer. He's like, oh yeah, here's my chance. I'm going for it.
Well, Enigma's Tracer is definitely good to watch. He's had some really good moments. I wish LG would let him be on the Tracer a little bit more because it is a fun and dynamic Tracer to watch, but here comes the attack visor coming up from Reaver. He's already built it up. God's in the back, though, is able to take out Devitt, as LG sort of going around the outsides, looking for opportunities to get pickoffs, and they do get 2 pickoffs to start this out. Seagull lives with 33 HP. A little bit of a brawl between both teams, but LG doing their best to turn this in their favor. C9 down 3 people. LG only down 1 right now. We'll see if they can get in on top of the point, though. Some of those people are just respawning. Plus bomb comes out for Enigma. He's in the back looking for Adam. Adam has to run away in short order, but Surefour going to stop Enigma before he can get that damage in.
Just misses Pulse Bomb. He was trying to stick Adam, and that's a guaranteed kill. Just absolutely missed it. Adam, of course, being elusive as always, and then Enigma gets cleaned up by Surefour. Surefour's now got his Pulse Bomb. He's going to be looking for Esper. Hits him. Seagull. Oh, missed.
Seagull is on the top right now. He does have Barrage at the ready. Grego takes out Esper, but here comes a Graviton Wombo with Barrage. Seagull raining all sorts of justice, getting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 kills. Make it 5. Seagull absolutely cleaning up here in favor of LG. And even though the resurrection came in, we'll see if LG can do this. But C9 actually recovering pretty well in no small feat due to that resurrection.
Wow. Resurrection into the sound barrier, but now Esper finally getting back into the battle, and he's able to res everyone from LG. Gotta love those respawn points.
Oh, here comes the Death Blossom. Kai Kai takes out 4. Kai Kai says, Seagull, you're gonna kill 4. I'm going to kill 4. Comes out of nowhere to wipe out the entirety of the LG squad. And just like that, C9 going to take round 1 here versus LG. LG 1 round away from being knocked into losers. They need to find something deep here to turn this in their favor. I'm still holding out for a Bastion, but it doesn't really seem like LG likes running Bastion as much anymore in King of the Hill.
I thought LG had the favored fight in the middle, but the really thing is that Esper died again a few times early on in that fight, as you mentioned earlier, Hex, and I think that really still is something holding LG back right now.
I mean, it's been the difference, and Adam has been he's been one of the best Mercies in the game for a very long time, so it's hard to really compare, but that has definitely been the difference in this game. That huge Graviton killed everyone, but the one person it didn't kill was Adam. Brings everyone back alive, and that just completely shuts them down from taking the point back over.
All right, so in comes the offense here of LG, rushing right into C9. Both teams getting into it. Kai Kai, though, gonna take out Milo in the beginning. Milo getting right into the Reaper. The Reaper takes the fight. Still, though, back and forth on both sides, but 3 kills here for the side of C9. They get in on the LG backline, and C9 slowly but surely pushing out LG here.
The objective is mine.
I mean, the first cap on King of the Hill is so crucial, so much so that they're going to actually really dive in on this. Milo gets in to stall it out because they know they can't give this up early.
I'll note, by the way, Seagull is on the Genji. This is a pretty good point here for Genji. Reaver, though, already with the tech visor, getting it taken out by Gods instead. And now Seagull, Dragonblade is at the ready. Will he be slicing, dicing? He pulls it out immediately. Looking now for the Reinhardt. Switching to the other side, takes out Surefour, but gonna get knocked out by Kai Kai. Kai Kai, Hellfire Shotguns beating the sword. But still, this is pretty good for LG. Off of that Dragonblade distraction, Enigma is just murdering people left, right, and center, picking up the quad effectively. Enigma's Tracer coming in big, and LG going to retake this point, and we'll see if they can maintain momentum going forward.
That's a big win for LG. They need some confidence going forward. I always talked about how I thought we would see Genji and Tracer more combo. I think now with the new meta and one here limit on King of the Hill, this is something that LG very comfortable on, especially on this map.
So C9 looking for their way of getting in here. They are going to be opting to go to the right. They're rushing in off the speed boost. Here comes Sound Bear coming in, and now Debit. Will he be able to drop the Reinhardt ult? His team is right behind them. They're all shielded. Both teams still full strength. He's swinging the hammer. Will he drop it? He had an opportunity there. Doesn't swing it just yet, as now both Tracers getting into it. Seagull, however, saying, here comes a Dragon Blade. Has a double kill. Took out Adam immediately in the fight. Spreading the Mercy hate to Adam. A big deflection kill coming out. And Seagull going to be a key part of why LG is going to hang on here.
Yeah, they do their best when Seagull and Enigma can play their best heroes. I mean, it's generally been their Genji and their Tracer. It gives them the best shot in King of the Hill. Seagull's been carrying, Enigma's getting a ton of work done, and now they're going to press forward.
Both Esper and Adam have definitely had trouble staying alive here. Obviously, C9's had a little bit more success in that regard, but this is a rough patch to be at Mercy. Here comes the Earthshatter, though, coming out from Debit, taking out Enigma. Seagull, though, staying right in here, as both teams now 5v5, fighting outside the point. Fight's a little bit spread out as Adam again, finding himself face-to-face with the Genji, under assault. Will he go down? Adam getting taken out. Seagull and Winston getting in on that. However, C9 has won or gotten more pickoffs here than LG has, so LG not quite where they want to be.
Yeah, the short force switching to McCree is actually super smart here. He has given Enigma all sorts of trouble on that Tracer. It's also a pretty good counter to the Seagull too. So they found what the problem is. It's Seagull and Enigma, and short force on the McCree is the answer to that problem.
If anyone forgot about McCree, please don't.
Flashbang's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's drop the beat.
Soundbear coming out here from C9. C9 just going to push forward, push back the LG squad a little bit more, but LG, they mitigate just by backing up, and now they're going to go back in on their own. Dragon Blade on the way. Seagull getting knocked a little bit far out by Grego. Really nice boot coming out. That's going to mitigate most of this Dragon Blade. Seagull not getting the value he needs to. 3 kills from C9, and C9 should be able to mop up the rest of the squad here. I don't even think Esper's going to go for a res. In fact, no, they're just going to full reset.
Now, LG had such a strong start, but this might be the final round in this series, and with the way the King of Hill works, they probably only have 2 team fights left, so Boots has Sound Bearer is going to be hugely important. If I was LG, I would try to get Gods at least to his ult before using it.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Soundbear coming up. LG needs to take this opportunity. They want to bring this round back. Milo and Seagull getting into back, getting all sorts of value as they're back there. Reaver puts up the attack visor, gets taken out by Seagull from behind as Milo really getting good woods positioning, setting up the rest of the LG team as they came in right after him from that opening. And LG gonna take this right back.
Yeah, Debit used this Earthshatter very late there. I think it's because he had in mind that he wanted to switch off of the Reinhardt. He's been having trouble. I mean, Reinhardt's really tough to play against 2 very flanky heroes, even though they're not running the Tracer anymore. So he does switch on the Roadhog here. Gets a really early kill into Milo.
Here comes the Dragon Blade again. Seagull still building up those ults, getting into the back line, slicing and dicing. Takes out Adam again. Adam just getting worked by Seagull in this game. Again, both Esper going down as well, so if you're a Mercy, life insurance might be something you want to invest in. Both teams getting on top of it on the point. Enigma does have a Death Blossom, uses it towards the end, not able to get the most value. Very tense here in the point. It's 99% to 99%. Whichever team holds at the end of this team fight will be winning this round. And right now, C9 definitely in the driver's seat.
Tracer is out from Reaver.
Oh no, Adam getting chased by Seagull again. Adam, run for your life. Adam has a Guardian Angel to the other side of the map. Does not want to deal with that at all. Deflection coming up from Seagull saves him from the Deadeye, and now LG better positioning here in the point. C9 firing in. This is very even between both teams. LG fighting to stay in the winner's bracket right now. Resurrection coming up from Adam. Can bring up those fallen heroes. But still, LG now, Enigma doing all sorts of work here on the Reaper, and will he get the Death Blossom? Death Blossom coming out, makes it a double kill. And LG so close to taking this round. This is absolutely electric between both teams. We'll see if they have what it takes.
Short4 comes in late on his McCree, is able to flashbang Enigma down. Here comes another late resurrection from Esper.
Dragon Blade coming out here from Seagull. Will it be enough? He goes in off the dash, slicing and dicing. Gets hooked in by Debit. Debit says no, you put that sword away. Now going whole hog on the point. The kill feed so back and forth between both teams. As Gods now with the attack visor trying to mow down everything in his healing station, staying alive versus Kai Kai.
It's only a 2-on-1 on the point. LG's able to get a 4-on-1, 4-on-2 now. They have Adam. They could isolate him. If they kill Adam, it'd be huge before the team fight begins. He has res. They are able to kill him, and LG might have been able to secure themselves this round with that kill.
Vital signs negative.
And LG, they're bringing this right back. C9 now in all sorts of trouble. They have to somehow keep this in overtime. Debit's still in here, but Enigma going to lay shot after shot inside Roadhog. Shoots out Sure4 right in the gut. And LG fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a 3rd and final round here on Lijiang.
Big moments there from LG. They were finally able to isolate Adam and get the first kill. He's been able to get so many clutch reses during that team fight. Seagull's sword was pretty effective early on, maybe not as effective later on, especially when Devin changed to Roadhog. That was a big switch off of Reinhardt that gave them a lot of firepower. Might be what we see going forward, and he's going to be switching. No, he is. No, they're... Okay, Devin's going to go Winston. Kaikai's at the end, sorry.
So this is the night market stage of Lijiang. It used to be the first round always in Lijiang. Now it's a little bit more randomized. And this is where we used to see Bastion a lot, but Bastion, again, not making an appearance. I really just... I yearn for El Presidente, but not going to happen as both teams getting into it. C9 getting a little bit better positioning on the point. LG opting to come in from the flanks. They're not under pressure right now, but they will want to get in on here sooner rather than later.
And we've seen that on King of the Hill.
Adam dies really early to Enigma.
Oh my goodness, this is where Enigma and Seagull have been so good at prioritizing out Adam. Adam has been having a very rough last few rounds, and people have sort of been hating on Esper, but really being any mercy right now in this meta as rough as LG picking up 3 kills on the point, aided by that early pick on the Adam from Enigma, who came in off the flank, and LG showing that it's not always in your advantage to be the first team on the point.
Yeah, I really thought Kai on Zarya. I mean, not only is Zarya a good pick no matter what, but I thought it was mostly to help out Adam, to keep around to save that allied shield for him when he gets in trouble, when he gets died by Enigma and Seagull. But apparently they missed it there, and that really cost him the fight. Adam dying as the first death in a fight is extremely uncharacteristic.
No, but this is what you see here when teams are focusing on Mercy. Gods now with attack visor coming in. 2 kills for LG here to start things off. Note that Esper does still have the resurrection, might be used here in a moment. Will he be able to do it? He gets a res up before dying. A huge res from Esper, going to bring everything back into play, but that was 4 kills from Surefour. A little bit rough here, but Seagull striking right back with the Dragon Blade, makes a quad kill of his own, going 4 for 4 with Surefour, and I made that pun intentionally. Surefour running for his life. Seagull again back out, but a big res from Esper going to save that fight for LG.
Yeah, LG doing work, Seagull with a lot of kills, but Gods quietly maybe holding it down for LG, getting a lot of the first picks in these team fights, doing a ton of damage with Soldier. Yeah,
they resurrect. Reaper goes down very early, and they have to use a res on one person just so that they can actually start this fight.
Oh, the Graviton coming in here from C9. Sound Barrier won't be enough to protect all these people from LG stuck there. The Winston Cleave doing all sorts of work, but Enigma able to take out Adam in the very beginning of the fight. Enigma just abusing Adam right now in the series. Has Pulse Bomb at the ready. Will he be able to land it? Esper, though, going down in turn. Both Mercies are dead. Reaver going to go down, and Kai getting booped off the edge. That was a double boop by Pooks.
I mean, that double boot by Poots actually is a very big deal. They're probably going to lose this team fight, but Seagull's now finally going to go down, and Cloud9 is going to be able to take it back, but that's able to give Poots 50% ult charge immediately. That's going to help him get Sound Barrier first, and now that they've rang it up all the way to 93%, all LG needs is one team fight, and more than likely they'll have won this going to a 4th map.
Well, for Seagull does have the Dragon Blade at the ready. This is going to be a great opportunity here for LG if they play their cards right. He won't have a Sound Barrier to go with it, but oftentimes you don't need it if you can pick your right opportunity. And LG right now, they're sort of staying in, not giving the C9 any LS. Surefour goes in, and oh my goodness, takes out Esper and Pooks. Rip LG supports. Surefour threading the needle and just ruining this LG push. My goodness.
Seagull does go in, takes down Adam, but that's the only kill they get. Surefour absolutely clutch there. Ends up taking out Milo and Seagull too, so he's on his way back to another Pulse Bomb. As we know, he only has to empty 1 or 2 clips to get another one up.
So Surefour now on the point. LG, they still have a lot of ults in their favor. They have a lot of ways of turning this around and all the rest. And Seagull again does have the Dragon Blade. So long as Surefour does with another double bomb, I think that LG has a really good chance of taking this next fight. And here they go, speed boost coming in, everyone getting in on top of the point. Seagull looking, gets it back, has Adam in his sights. Adam saying, not this again. As Seagull still doesn't use the Dragon Blade, is going to get taken out by Reaver instead. Reaver going back to protect his support, and C9 as a result, they're going to keep Adam alive and take control at this point.
Now Pooks almost on Sound Barrier. They're going to chase him, and they kill Pooks, so they have to wait for Pooks to respawn. He's not going to respawn until 85%. They're going to have to wait for him. They're going to be able to get one team fight left for LG to try to take back this point.
All right, well, here comes the LG squad. This is going to be their last attempt if they want to force a map 4, if they want to stay in winner's bracket. Everything's going to be on the table. Soundbearer is out. Dragonblade is out. And again, Seagull just looking for Adam, looking for his favorite kill on C9, but he's not able to. Adam just gave him the slip. And now Reaver coming up the attack visor with the Graviton, helping to double kill here for Reaver. And C9, the counter engage, absolutely beautiful. And this might be it here for LG in this series.
The collapse from LG again. For what it is to me, they ran the timer up to 95%. All they had to do was combo all their ults and win one main team fight, and they would have secured the victory. I understand that they were more than likely waiting for Seagull, for Pooks to get Soundbearer before using the sword, but they lost like 2 to 3 team fights before Pooks was able to get it, and by that time they only had one left. And as soon as they did it, Seagull wasn't able to kill Adam, and then he gets sucked into Zarya ult, and then it's all over.
Yeah, as good as his moments were there, that they did miss their final opportunity several times, and it was actually kind of odd. I thought they were just going to poke and really wait for that sound barrier, but a lot of times they were poking pretty far ahead, and then just ended up getting initiated on and cleaned up. You know, C9 was not going to wait around and let them set up their perfect timing. They went in on several times. Shorefor was able to take down Esper in the back lines a few times before any of those fights started, and once you take out the opposing Mercy, I think that's the gambit they were waiting for, and then they realized, like, well, if their Mercy's dead, let's just initiate, we'll clean them up, and they did that twice before the final push happened. So rather than having 2 or 3 shots at going for it, and they also didn't save up their ults, so yeah, I don't know, man. LG seems like they always have a good chance against Cloud9 and somehow are never able to really just kind of finish it out and step on the throat.
Well, I think, again, that was a good look from LG for a lot of cases there. They absolutely could have taken the King of the Hill game. They absolutely could have taken Gibraltar. They just fell short at the very end. But I think LG has improved as time has gone on. And it's showing in the fact that LG, even though they've had trouble against C9, they have been brutalizing teams that aren't C9 and Envy. So LG, I think, still has a great chance to come back here in this tournament. We'll have to see how the losers bracket works out here later tonight. And right now, we're going to check in to see what the status of Envy versus Team Liquid is. We'll have an update on that in just a moment, and we will be going to the winner of that versus C9
now,
in just a moment.
You are right, and that LG has looked better. I thought Gods played really well. I thought Enigma played really well today, and he's looking better and more comfortable in the new meta as opposed to maybe the previous hit scan period. But at the same time, they want to be one of the best teams in the world, and if you can't close out games against the best teams, then you will never be able to reach that top tier. And it does feel like LG has had those issues when they've been up in the series and in maps, when they've put up very strong defenses and only have to get to a certain checkpoint on offense, or when they've ran the timer up very high into the 80-90 percentile on King of the Hill and they only need one team fight to secure the round indoor map. It looks like they get a little tentative, and they maybe are not so confident in their decision making when it comes down to these clutch situations. And although they might be getting better, if you can't close out matches, especially in online tournaments, LAN is going to be completely different, and a lot of those guys have LAN experience, which I think will play in a lot to the future of competitive Overwatch and esports. I think it's something to look at, and we see other teams that have these same issues.
Well, we do have an update, by the way.